Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss the conditions for absorption of IR radiation. In last lecture we have discussed about the fundamental modes of vibrations, but in today's lecture which are the vibrations and which vibrations are useful for absorption of IR radiation we will going to discuss. Okay, now first discuss that is the first condition, that is the natural frequency of radiation is exactly equal to the frequency of incident radiation. The frequency of incident radiation. This is the first condition for IR absorption. Okay, what is this? That is the natural frequency. Whatever may be the natural frequency of radiation is exactly equal to frequency of incident radiation. If this condition is fulfilled by the molecule can absorb IR radiations. Okay, now for absorbing this IR radiations, the frequency of incident radiation must be equal to the natural frequency. When the molecule absorbs this IR radiation, what happens? There is change in energy of the molecule to be absorbed by as a IR radiation, and thereby increasing amplitude of the molecule. Amplitude of molecule. Now, as this frequency to be matches, that is natural frequency is equal to incident frequency, at that time what happens? Whatever may be the energy is absorbed by the molecule. When this molecule lose this energy, or which can emit the energy in the form of heat, molecule regains its original positions, or molecule can come to its original position. At that time what happens? Whatever may be the amplitude is changes, this amplitude to be originally restored. Okay, now in case of the second condition, what happens here? The second condition is that change in vibrations of a molecule must stimulate the dipole moment. The dipole moment of a molecule. Now, what tells about this second condition? That is change in vibrations of a molecule must stimulate the dipole moment of a molecule. What happens here? What happens? Once the molecule can, when absorb the IR radiations, there is change in their vibrations. That is, the bond between the atoms, that is two atoms, gets vibrated, and due to that vibrations, what happens? There is change in their dipole moments. Okay, and as there is change in dipole moment, molecule can capable of absorbing a IR radiation. That is, when only molecule can absorb the IR radiation. This is the most important condition. That is when there is a change in dipole moment due to vibrations of a molecule. At that time, molecule can capable of absorbing IR radiations. For example, in case of polar molecules, for example, say HCl, here due to vibrations of a covalent bond, that is a bond between this bond, increases an amplitude, which changes the electron distribution electron distribution, and thereby there is change in dipole moment. There is change in dipole moment. And thus this molecule can capable of absorbing a IR radiation. Okay. Now in case of non-polar molecules, what happens? See here. In case of second, non-polar molecules. Which are the non-polar molecules? That is of, for example, H2, O2, N2 and Cl2. Okay. These are the examples of non-polar molecules. As these non-polar molecules do not possess the dipole moment, and that is the permanent one, that is the permanent dipole moment, that's why they cannot absorb IR radiation. They can't absorb IR radiations. But there is a one exceptional case. Which is the exceptional case? See here. For example, in case of a linear molecule, that is a CO2. Originally, the structure of CO2 is as like this. Okay. Now, as far as structure is seen, there is a bond angle that is equal to a 180 degrees. Okay. Its geometry is linear, and permanently this molecule has no dipole moment. No dipole moment. But due to vibrations, what happens? But due to vibrations in a molecule, changes dipole moment thereby creation of a absorption of a IR radiation. Absorption of IR radiations. Okay. Now which are the two conditions? Again I will repeat this. It is the natural frequency of a molecule, vibrating molecule, is exactly equal to incident frequency of a IR radiation. Then and then only match, then a molecule can capable of absorbing IR radiation. Second condition is that is change in vibrations must stimulate changes in the dipole moment. Okay. Now what about the third condition? See here. Third condition, the intensity of IR radiation is directly proportional to the rate of change of dipole. The rate of change of dipole. Okay. Intensity of IR radiation. For our convenience, suppose the intensity of IR radiation, it may be supposed as I0, and it is directly proportional to rate of change of. Rate of change of means that is d by dt of dipole. We have to denote in mu. Okay. Now this intensity of IR radiation is directly proportional to rate of change of dipole. Okay. Now means what? For example, we can say that here it is if intensity of radiation, if intensity of IR radiation is slow then rate of change of dipole is weak. See, what is the statement? If intensity of IR radiation is slow, at that moment, rate of change of dipole is weak, and vice versa. What is? That is, if intensity of IR is fast, which comprises rate of change of dipole is strong. Rate of change of dipole is equal to strong. Okay. Thus, there are three conditions in which absorption of IR radiation takes place. What is our third condition? Again, I will repeat this. The intensity of IR radiation is directly proportional to rate of change of dipole. Okay. The dipole, we have to here assume that it is a mu, and intensity of IR radiation as a I0. That is, I0 is directly proportional to rate of change of dipole. Okay. Now, we will see about the selection rule. Here. Selection rule. About the IR vibrational transitional, here the selection rule is happens. The statement of selection rule is that only those IR radiations are effective in causing IR absorption which are not centrosymmetric. That is, the vibrations are not symmetric about the center of the molecule. Center of the molecule. What is the selection rule? Only those IR radiations or transitions are effective. Which IR transitions are effective in causing IR absorption which are not centrosymmetric. What is the meaning of centrosymmetric? The meaning of centrosymmetric is that is the vibrations are not symmetric about the center of the molecule, and that vibrations or transitions are called as IR active transitions. Now next point is that is the IR transitions which are divided into two types. Which are the two types? Here IR active transitions and IR non-active transitions. Okay, see here. IR transitions. They are divided into two types. Here, first is IR active transitions, and second is IR inactive transitions. Now, we will see about its definition. What is its definition? the transitions we generate oscillating dipole moment to absorb IR radiation is known as IR active transitions. Okay, what is the meaning of the IR active transitions? That is the transitions which generate oscillating dipole moment, that is vibrational dipole moment to absorb the IR radiation is known as IR active transitions. This point is already we have discussed in our conditions for IR absorption. That is the second point. Okay. Now, what is meant by IR inactive transitions? The opposite definition here. The transitions which does not generate oscillating dipole moment, do not absorb IR radiations, is known as IR inactive transitions. Here, what is the definition? The transitions which does not generate oscillating dipole moment, do not absorb the IR radiations, are known as IR inactive transitions. Okay. The example of IR transition is, for example, molecules HCl, CHCl3 and the functional bond group is CO. Here the example is about, that is symmetrical transition between C double bond C, that is of a alkyne which do not generate the oscillating dipole moment. That's why it is called as IR inactive transitions. Before this IR active and inactive transitions, there may be one class of this classification, and that is called as allowed and forbidden transitions. We will see here, that is allowed transitions and second is forbidden transitions. Now, what is meant by allowed transition? A transition from nu zero, that is basic vibrational energy level, to nu 1 or nu 1 to nu 2 is known as allowed transitions. Allowed transitions. Okay. Now, what is meant by forbidden transitions? Due to extra overtones, peaks in the structure of molecule if happens, the transitions are known as known as forbidden transitions. Okay, now these transitions are occur due to the concept that all the molecular vibrations are not simply harmonic one, but due to the presence of some overtones, peaks in the structure of the molecule, due to the frequency, that is equal to 2 nu, 3 nu, 4 nu, etc. There is a presence of extra peaks or overtone in the spectrum of the molecule. Thereby the transitions are known as forbidden transitions. These transitions cannot be allowed transitions. Okay, now the allowed transitions are, that is, all idealized transitions are simply simple harmonic motion. Okay, already we have studied this concept, that is SHM, in a Hooke's law, by considering diatomic molecule as a SHM. Okay, now thus there are ion transitions are equal to 3. First is ion active transitions, second is ion inactive transitions, and third type is about combination of these two, that is the allowed transition and forbidden transitions. Thus we have completed here the conditions for ion absorption, selection rule, and the ion transitions. In the next lecture we will discuss about the regions of ion spectrum. Thank you.